morning, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and welcome to Money Chat Now. Money Chat Now is a politically charged stock market pre-show giving you the politics behind the biggest moves in the stock market. It is presented with comedic common sense by an expert in financial literacy. And hey, that's me, Larry Steinhouse. And today is Wednesday, April 6th, and I want to welcome you to the show. We are here live on WWDB Radio 860 AM in Philadelphia, and we are live in Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And you can, of course, find me on Facebook, TikTok, and other social media by searching Larry Steinhouse. Hey, just a reminder, if you're watching online, hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. You can comment live during the show on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, and please say hi so I know you're watching. A couple of people saying hi already. Hey, Michael. Hey, Joe. Thanks so much. I totally appreciate you guys. Hey, by the way, if you're commenting from a group and it's not the Money Chat Now fan page, your name may not show on my dashboard, so please go to the Money Chat Now page, like it, and comment there so I can recognize you. All right, Money Chat Now is brought to you by Investor Schooling, and tomorrow night you can attend a complimentary class by going to Investor Schooling, and there you will learn about real estate investing and stock options trading from those who do it every day. A couple more people joining us. Hey, James. Hey, Lewis. Thanks so much. I appreciate you guys. All right, today's topics, of course, we'll be discussing the futures update. We'll be talking about the Affordable Care Act. We'll be talking about student loan moratorium, and we're going to be talking about the edit button on Twitter. There was a joke there in case you didn't get it. All right. Anyway, let's get into the futures update. So it pretty much went the way I expected it to yesterday. I actually was surprised when it started out positive. The Dow finished down about 280 points. And however, the NASDAQ was crushed, though, when it fell 328 points. I did take the opportunity to buy a couple of plays like Boeing, and I even bought a put on Twitter and sold it about an hour later for a nice profit, actually, for about a 30% profit. I was really hoping for more of a drop to pick up more bargains. I also believe that's coming, and it may even be today. If it does, I'll be a buyer of several plays. The trigger for yesterday was the signal from the Fed suggesting that they may take a stronger action to control inflation. Look, it's really no surprise. I can't understand the market reaction to a rumor, and it's kind of a statement that's obvious. It's kind of like, we know what's going to happen. Why are they worried about it? An article was released yesterday that Fed Reserve Governor L. Brainerd signals the central bank may take more aggressive approach to tightening policy to fight inflation. So what? It's nothing more of the same thing we've been hearing from everyone. It's nothing different. The Fed is raising interest rates, the bank rate, the bond rate is rising, inflation is at its highest in 40 years. Okay, we know. As my mother used to say, what does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Or in this case, what does it have to do with the price of stocks? Well, for the most part, it really has nothing to do with the price of stocks. For some companies, the fear that the money they need to borrow will cost more, and that's why Wall Street appears to sell the stocks when the interest rates rise. It's a bunch of malarkey, and I don't believe it. Look, the cost of borrowing money will be absorbed by the consumer, as well as the cost of inflation. The only fear, of course, is the fear of a recession. If this happens, the consumer may stop spending money on luxury items. Look, most of the stocks out there are no longer luxury items anyway. Even Apple making the iPhone, it's always going to be in need. It's not just the price of the iPhone that Apple makes the money from, so even if somebody keeps their phone a little bit longer, it's the ancillary monthly fees that make the business a winner. Facebook will always be used, and people will always advertise on Facebook. After all, where else can you advertise? There's no such thing as newspapers anymore. It's all online advertising, like Google, Facebook, Twitter, and others. Even in Investor Schooling, we mostly use online ads along with radio and billboards. By the way, have you guys seen the billboards? Anybody see the billboards? Let me know if you've seen the billboards. I'd love to know if you've seen them. Let me know in the comments. It'd be cool. All right. Another interesting thing happened just before the market closed yesterday when JetBlue announced that they were going to buy Spirit Airlines. Look, Spirit was trading at about $22 a share when the announcement came out that JetBlue would offer $33 a share. So the stock jumped to $27 a share. So why didn't the stock jump to 33, right? So before you think you wish you had this stock, the article I sourced for this said that it was an unsolicited offer. So understand that they made that offer. That doesn't mean that this is a negotiation. They just basically called up and said, hey, we'll give you $33 a share. That's like somebody called me up and said, hey, I'll give you $500,000 for your house. Will you take it right now? No, I'm not ready to move. So I'm actually going to say that this isn't going to happen, and Spirit is probably going to refuse. So I'm going to think that Spirit is going to go back down that same 4 points or even more. It did say that it was evaluating JetBlue's proposal, and it will pursue the course of action it determines to be the best interest of Spirit and its stockholders. Basically, that means the stock's going to sink back to 26 or less after the hype dies down. I'm sorry, about 22 or less after the hype dies down. In fact, the partnership that Spirit has with American Airlines leads me to believe this even more. I give it 2 days, and then Spirit says no deal. All right, let's take a look at the market and see what the futures are bringing us right now. Right now, the Dow is down 202, the S&P is down 37, and the NASDAQ, man, that's not good, another 200 points. That's not great at all. All right, let's talk about the Affordable Care Act and what's going on with that. So, Obama and Obamacare was in the news again yesterday. Do you remember when the bill was passed? Obamacare bill was passed and had 111 pages, and Pelosi said we have to get it passed to find out what's in it? The arrogance of that statement would make anyone a hater of Obamacare. On top of that, do you remember when Biden used the F-bomb to describe how excited he was about passing it? Do you remember the promise of, you can keep your doctor? Well, it passed to the chagrin of the Republicans and, of course, the right side conservatives. They all hated the bill. Look, we all thought that this was going to be a disaster. Well, many of you are finding it hard to believe, but I'm actually a big fan of Obamacare. Really, I am. By the way, Obamacare is just a nickname for the bill called the Affordable Care Act. It was pushed by Obama, and the term stuck. In fact, when Mitt Romney and Obama were debating, Mitt Romney used the term Obamacare and then apologized for using it to Obama. And Obama's reaction was, that's okay, I kind of like the term. So it's kind of weird, right? So before I explain what happened and the changes that the Biden administration wants to make, I want to let you know that although I didn't read the whole bill, I read some parts of it, and some of the rules are really great. Listen, you guys really want to know about this. The ACA is not health insurance, which many people think it is. Obamacare is not health insurance. It does have a rule that says that there's a minimum income that allows people to go onto Medicaid, which is health insurance, of course. But it also has a premium subsidy that I'm a big fan of. So Obamacare has this premium subsidy, especially if you own a small business. It's great. The small business owners should really talk to their insurance agent about using the Obamacare subsidy for their employees. It makes a world of difference in affording health care, not only for the employees, but also for the employers. Look, as I said, I'm a fan, and you need to understand I learned how to use this thing just like I learned how to do everything, and that's why I teach you guys, like how I learned how to save us less taxes, pay less taxes, and make more money. I do classes on Obamacare and how to use it, and it's going to take a little while to explain it, so I really can't do it here, but I want to let you know about a change that may make it even better for a class of people that it hurt the most. Believe it or not, the employee working for a medium or large corporation was actually hurt the most by Obamacare. The average middle-class worker who goes to work every day. By the way, did you ever notice that the people who pay the most burden for all the things the Democrats pass is the middle-class working stiff? Well, if you're in this category, you are the person who should think Obamacare stinks, because it really does, because you couldn't take advantage of the Obamacare subsidy. In other words, if you work for a company who offers health insurance, you're paying the premiums determined by the company health insurance plan. So yesterday, Obama visited the White House while Biden made a speech describing how the ACA would change a small part of the rule to include people that the bill was supposed to help in the first place. I love that. It just amazes me how these Democrats pass bills, say it's going to be great for you, and then it's not. But anyway, so basically what happened was, so the main problem with how the rates were calculated for employees is that workers can't get ACA subsidies to lower their premiums if they get affordable health insurance company from an employer. And of course, affordable health insurance is subjective, right? The other problem is that the rates need to be affordable are determined. The rates that are affordable are determined by the cost of the coverage for the employee and not the employee's spouse or children. So once again, families were screwed by Obamacare. Remember when I said I was a fan of Obamacare? That's because if you're a small business owner, you would take advantage of the subsidy by not having to offer health insurance to your employees. Instead, you would have use Obamacare providers that are found on the marketplace, and your rates for family would be much lower than the family rates for people working for corporations. So that's why. Look, if you're confused, don't be. Here's the bottom line. Middle-class workers with families were getting no benefit from Obamacare. This change in the bill may make health insurance more affordable to the average worker with a family. And look, by the way, did you guys see that video of the press conference where Biden was left behind while all the attention went to Obama? It was kind of funny. It really looked like Biden was just confused old fool. Oh, wait. Never mind. You all know what I was thinking. All right. Anyway, so the question is, can the old fool get these changes passed? We're going to see in the future. And by the way, if you're a small business owner and don't know the benefits of using Obamacare, you're in for a surprise. It's something I teach in the financial literacy portion of investor schooling. Come see me tomorrow night, learn more, take a look at this commercial, and find out how you can come see me.
Investor schooling. Those guys are everywhere.
Investor schooling, those guys are everywhere.
Investor schooling.
Those guys are everywhere.
Investor Schooling. Those guys are everywhere. Register for a free class at investorschooling.com.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. And if you'd like more information on investor schooling, you can go to investorschooling.com or call 866-424-2829, 866-424-2829. Hey, I want to thank you all for listening on WWDB Radio 860 AM in Philadelphia. And if you're watching online, please hit that share button. Please hit that like button so you can help your friends learn how to make more money. All right, don't forget, also hit the like button just so I know you like the show, right? And you can also leave comments on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and I will try to respond to them. All right, so far we've been discussing the futures update, and right now the futures are, the Dow is down 222, the S&P is down 40, the NASDAQ is down 215. It's going to be an ugly day because of the Fed. We'll talk about that in a little while. All right, also we've been talking about the Affordable Care Act changes, so now it might actually become affordable to the people who it's supposed to help. It always amazes me. All right. Coming up, we have the student loan moratorium, and we have the edit button on Twitter. And then, of course, we also have today's picks and plays. But first, did you guys hit that like button? Did you guys hit that share button? Don't forget to leave comments on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, or Twitter. And if you're listening on WWDB Radio, be sure to set a preset to this station and listen every day at 7:30. Also, when you get home, look up Money Chat Now on Facebook and let me know what you think of the show. Oh, man. And then that's it, man. Also, before we start the second half, I also want to say hello to a couple people online. I want to say hello to Michael and Mark and Rob and Bill. Hey, we all know a new financial situation is coming. Is it going to be a recession or a simple downturn? Well, if you want to survive through it, you should order my new book. By the way, the Obamacare information is in that book, too. Go to barnesandnoble.com and look up Money Hacks by Larry Steinhouse. Pre-order it, and I promise you're going to learn something. It has great reviews from the people who got an advanced copy of the book, and you're definitely going to learn something that will help you make more money by reading this book. All right, let's get into the second half, and let's talk about student loans. All right, so the liar in charge, President, I forgot everything I said I would do during my campaign, otherwise known as President Poopy Pants, said that he was going to extend the student loan moratorium for those who are paying student loans. First of all, student loans are the biggest fraud ever portrayed in the American people. Well, maybe the second biggest. I think the election might have been the first. All right, as I said before the break, did you ever notice how the middle-class worker gets screwed on policies that the government passes? Well, student loans are the policy that the government offers. They offer you a loan to go to college knowing you must pay it back. And this loan is given to people who are 17 or 18 years old and have not learned about money, loans, or interest rates. They have no idea that they'll be paying back this loan for anywhere from 10 years to the rest of their life. They also have no idea how compound or deferred interest works. And besides that, college, knowing that you're going to get the loan, can charge anything they want for college and you'll just get a loan and pay the tuition. This is why colleges cost so much. It is absolutely the biggest ripoff ever. Well, if you remember, President Poopy Pants said he was going to forgive $10,000 of student loans for all those who still had them. The Democrats pushed him to do more, and they wanted him to forgive $50,000 of the debt per person. So what has he done instead? He put a moratorium on the payment so people with these loans won't have to make the minimum payment for a period of time. This moratorium was supposed to end in February. It was extended till May, and now listen up, folks. Biden extended it to the end of August. End of August? That's very interesting. Why the end of August? Well, think about this. If he extends it to the end of August, that means when he extends it again in August, right, and extends it to the end of the year instead of doing it now, it'll be fresh on the mind of the Dumbocrat voters. Yes, this is probably a plan by the cowardly leader. Instead of keeping his promise of forgiving the debt, he will just delay your payment until you vote Democrat in the midterm elections. And then, by the way, and you guys thought this guy was dumb? Well, actually, I guess he probably is. But it was probably the idea of the devil worshiper herself, Pelosi. Look, by the way, just a suggestion to offer you, to all of you who have been making payments, or not been making payments, make the payments. It's the best time to make your payment. The entire payment will go towards principal. That means your loan will be paid off sooner, and you'll be free of this burden. It's ridiculous. By the way, listen, get my book, Money Hacks, and you're going to learn some different techniques to pay off your child's student loan. And I'm telling you, you're going to save thousands of interest on following the plan that I lay out for you in the book. Go to barnesandnoble.com, look up Money Hacks by Larry Steinhouse, pre-order it, and I promise you're going to learn something, especially how to save money on college loans for your children who choose to go. That's a whole other issue, whether you should go or not. I'm telling you, it's not that great of an idea sometimes for children to go. All right, I want to say hello to a couple people who've joined us online. It looks like Bob just joined us, Bill joined us, Patrick joined us. Patrick wants to know why I like Obamacare. You didn't listen to it. Go back and listen to it. All right. So cool. Actually, my wife is really excited. She's actually saying how grateful she is about how I guided her through her daughter's student loan. Let's talk about the edit button. So I told you yesterday that Elon Musk bought a majority share of Twitter. Well, after the announcement yesterday, he's already starting to make changes to the platform. How many have you written a beautifully worded tweet, hit the tweet button, and watched in horror as it tweeted your spelling mistake or autocorrected the wrong word? I do it all the time when I post on Facebook. Sometimes I have to go back and edit it 3 times after I realize I left a word out or put a comma in the wrong place. Commas. I never know where to put them. Look. Like now, do I put one after now or like? I don't know. Never mind. All right. By the way, what is never mind? Is never mind 2 words or 1 word? See what I mean? Anyway, you get the point. I need to edit my post. Well, Twitter has no such button. Once you tweet your tweet, it tweeted, and you can't go back and fix any errors you might have typed. I'm thinking these spelling errors would be more fun for you to read than for me to try to say them. So I'm chuckling inside as I read them. Did I really write that this morning? Am I in that much pain? You guys, I don't even know you guys know. I'm in pain from my bad back, and I'm writing these really bad jokes. That's a really bad joke. So I'm chuckling inside as I read them. Strike that from the record here. Oh, I guess you can't. All right, getting back to Titter and Musk. Sounds like it could be a cop show. That was just another spelling error, wasn't it? Well, yesterday Musk tweeted a survey asking the respondents if they wanted an edit button. He even made fun of the question by misspelling the words yes and no in the survey. And it's really funny. The results were in, and 75% of the respondents voted yes, or should I say YSE. Musk also, by the way, if you guys didn't know, he was voted into the board of directors, and I'm looking forward to seeing the changes in the company that he's going to bring. Really good idea. Hey, real quick, by the way, if you haven't already signed up for the Freedom and Finances event, I just want to remind you one more time, the Freedom and Finances event is coming up on April 24th. You want to sign up for this. There's probably, it says 43, but there's probably about 20 seats left at this point. I would highly suggest that you sign up for this thing now before it gets sold out. We're going to have Doug Mastriano there, who's going to be talking about, basically he's going to be talking about freedom. about how the mask mandates and the vaccine mandates were illegal, and how he's going to help the state change that by running for governor. We also, of course, have Teddy Daniels, who he's going to be running for lieutenant governor, and we also have my good friend Bill Spadia from 101.5 is going to be there from New Jersey. It's going to be an absolute great event. You want to go, so go to 4mmw.com, 4mmw.com to find out more about that. And let's take a quick break, and you can find out more about investor schooling from here.
Investor schooling needs a new slogan.
Investor schooling. Never heard.
Investor schooling.
Never.
Investor schooling?
Never heard of them.
Any suggestions, Phil?
Investor schooling. We never heard of you either.
Investor schooling. We never heard of you either. Register for a free class at investorschooling.com.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse, and if you'd like more information on investor schooling, you can go to investorschooling.com or call 866-424-2829, 866-424-2829. Hey, I want to thank Tommy for the suggestion of an inversion table. I just received it. I have to put it together and put it on because I'm going to have to try it after my back because this is getting tough, guys. It's getting tough. Just want to know how much I care about you guys. I do this show every day in pain. By the way, during the commercial, I mute my microphone and I scream. All right, so far we've been discussing the futures update, and right now, the Dow is, let's check it out. The Dow is down 229, the S&P is down 42, and the NASDAQ is down 220. I'm a little worried about the NASDAQ. That's two really bad days in a row. Hey, we talked about the Affordable Care Act changes and how if you're an employee, you might actually be able to take advantage of it, finally. Unbelievable. We also talked about President Poopy Pants extending the student loan moratorium till August so we could extend it again just so we can get some votes. Watch it. I'm telling you, pay attention to it. Write it down. I told you it's true. We talked about the eat it button on Twitter. All right. I'm going to stop making those bad jokes. All right. And of course, coming up, we have today's picks and plays. But did you guys hit that like button? Did you guys hit that share button? Let everyone know what great stocks are coming by sharing this information. Hey, you could share on your page and share in groups. Share on groups, too. It's great. Let other people know that the show's on. And you can leave, of course, comments on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And if you're listening on WWDB Radio, set one of your presets to this channel and listen every day at 7:30 for all you need to know behind the politics. All you need to know about the politics, I should say, behind the stock market. Look, hey, one more time. I'm going to tell you one more time. Go to this event. I'm hosting this event at the Washington Crossing Inn in Bucks County. It's the Finance and Freedom event along with myself. Like I said, we have the outspoken Bill Spadia as a keynote speaker. And, of course, we added Doug Mastriano. You're absolutely going to love Doug Mastriano. The guy is a leading contender in the governor's race. So go to 4mmw.com. Go to 4mmw.com before there's no more seats left. It's selling out pretty fast. Like I said, I think there's about 20 seats left. So get there and don't forget to do it. All right. Let's talk about what is happening today. All right, today's going to be an interesting day. We're already seeing a reaction to the Fed's upcoming release of their notes, and that's expected about 2 o'clock today. Most agree that the next interest rate rise is coming in this announcement. It's so obvious. That's why I'm not so sure why they're reacting so bad. However, the question will be, is it immediate? Is it a month from now? Or if it's a 25 basis points or 50 basis points rise, and that's the problem. And you're going to see a lot of activity today. Buyers and sellers will be placing their bets on, how they think the Fed's going to do and what they're going to do. Some will chicken out and sell early, and others will be bargain hunting. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be the bargain hunter. I've noticed that in the past, when the Fed releases their notes, the market instantly tanks. So watch for this right around 2 o'clock. Watch for the tank. However, it sometimes recovers immediately after. So again, watch for this craziness today. Besides that, there isn't anything really big coming out until next week's earnings, right? So some stocks to look for in earnings season will be the oil companies such as Halliburton, Occidental Petroleum, and ExxonMobil. Other tech stocks such as Meta, Apple, and Netflix. Netflix, by the way, is the earliest, and their earnings is on the 19th. And bank stocks are primarily in focus next week as they kick off the season. JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, and Bank of America are the players next week, so watch for that. Ford and GM are at the end of the month, and they should be interesting as well. They're having supply chain issues right now, so it'll be all about the guidance. Right now, the futures are down and not looking so great. The Dow is down 231, the S&P is down 42, and the NASDAQ is down 220. All right, let's talk about the crypto real quick. Nothing really happening here. Bitcoin is just around 45,000, and Ether is around 3,500. I did notice that the smaller coins like Dogecoin or Shiba moved up a bit yesterday. My guess is that the people, think what I think, and that Elon Musk may make an announcement on crypto soon. After all, it's a style. Who knows? Maybe he'll make a special Twitter, make a special Twitter service that you got to pay by Shiba or something. That might be interesting. All right, gold and silver are steady, and there's really nothing to see here for a while. I told you this before. Gold and silver are plays that you should play. You should own gold. You should own silver. Absolutely own it. Own silver especially because what happens with silver is, it becomes something that's tangible in case the zombie apocalypse happens. So I would say own some silver, own, just a few bars, whatever you need. I buy silver every month, and I make the joke that every time I buy it, silver goes up right before I buy it. So sure enough, I bought it yesterday, and silver went down today. Happens every time. All right, the Treasury bond is just over 2.6% as the market awaits the Fed decision. I'm also going to say that 2.75% will probably be the next market killer. I said that would happen at 2.5%. I was surprised it didn't, but 2.75 will probably be the next market killer. So watch for that. When the Fed rate, usually when the Treasury bond goes up, when the yield goes up in the Treasury bond, usually the Nasdaq stocks tank. So it is possible that's part of the problem today is at the fact that everybody's expecting this 2.75 because the Treasury bond is just over 2.6. And they're waiting for this decision, and we'll see. All right, oil. Oil is about $103 a barrel right now, so that's not too bad. But I do have to say that I believe oil is going to drop down, and I believe it should drop down. Hey, I want to thank all the listeners on WWDB Radio 860 AM in Philadelphia. I want to thank you for your continued support. If you're enjoying the show, please reach out and let us know. You can leave comments on the WWDB fan page, or you can look for us online. You can also get past episodes on www.wwdbam.com if you wanted to get just a podcast of the past episodes. My name is Larry Steinhouse, and I'm the host of Money Chat Now, and I'm also the CEO of Investor Schooling. I want to let you guys know that from time to time, I own some of the assets and options discussed in the show, and the opinions discussed in this show are solely mine, and no one has asked me to discuss them. Hey, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and maybe I'll even see you at Investor Schooling tomorrow night. Make it a profitable day.